Good morning, all of you. Now we'll talk about all the glands. So the first gland was prostate gland. I told you about this. The second gland. So now the next is seminal vesicle. Okay, and it produces the viscous fluid which help in the mobility of sperm in female. And the third is Cowper's gland. And what do? They secrete the mucus to lubricate female passage. Okay, so basically what do we see is the secretion from all these glands. They constitute the fluid, and one of them secreted the milky fluid, one of them secrete viscous fluid, and one of them secrete the mucus. So basically all these fluid secrete together to constitute the seminal plasma. So secretion of all these three form the seminal plasma. It is a fluid which is made up of the secretion from all the male productive glands, and this seminal plasma is very rich in sugars like fructose, calciums, and enzymes. So it is very much rich in all these. So this seminal plasma, within this seminal plasma present a sperm, and due to the presence of sperm, it produces it secretes the mobility of the sperm to move. So this is the function of male reproductive glands. So by now you know the different structure of male reproductive system, and these three glands, I think you have also learned the function of these three male reproductive glands. Okay, by now you have understood this is how the sperm produce. And okay, after this we will study how the sperm produce. Now I have mentioned before the sperms are produced in testes. Let's have a look. So this is how the sperms look like. You will be surprised to know that 12 billion sperms are produced per month. So in a month, the male person can produce 12 billion sperms. But does that mean that every sperm will go and fuse with the female sex cell and baby will be born? No, that's not the case. So we will see what happens. Even though number of sperms which being produced in a large, still the actual fusion is very less than the actual number of sperm. Now how it is produced in the testis? From the epithelial cells. The epithelial cells lining the coiled tubules inside the testis, so a large number of sperms will produce. Now these sperms will move from testis to epididymis. Okay, when the sperm become mature, it move to the epididymis. Okay, from epididymis it moved to vas deferens. That is, from vas deferens to it passed through a seminal vesicle. A seminal vesicle also give it secretion. It secretes some viscous fluid, and then they will form the ejaculatory duct. That is the duct containing the seminal vesicle. Okay, and after that it is ejaculatory duct is ejaculatory duct. It ejaculate means to give out exterior. Okay, then it again passes and then comes to prostate gland, and then finally this ejaculatory duct is containing what? And they form a common passage, and what do you have? You have sperms plus secretion from seminal vesicle plus secretion from a prostate gland plus secretion from a Cowper's gland. So you have all the secretion that is known as seminal plasma plus the sperms, and that will be ejaculated out through the urethra. So now we are going to talk about the female reproductive system. The different organ which form the female reproductive system. So let us look at this picture of female reproductive part. Okay. So here again we are going to talk about the important parts of the female reproductive system. Some of them are already here. So there are a pair of ovaries. So here you can see the two structure. They are the ovaries. Next is fallopian tube. So you see there is a tube-like structure which come out of the ovary. These tube-like structure called fallopian tube, and it is also known as ovary duct. But duct is often used for development factors. So ovary, it is a tube which connect the ovary, is called a ovary duct or a fallopian tube. So fallopian tube also you have on both sides toward each of the ovaries. Now next is uterus. So the big structure is known as uterus, the biggest structure where the baby plays for the 9 months. It is quite obvious that uterus is quite elastic in nature. So as the when the baby grow, then uterus will be still able to accommodate the baby. Now that is cervix, where the uterus end. This place is called cervix. Where the opening between the uterus and the vagina, that is called cervix, and below that is vagina. Okay, so you see this is an open, this is a hole which is open. So this is the place. Now you are able to understand. This is the place where the penis of the male come inside. Okay, it inserted to this vaginal space so that the sperm which get secreted out through the urethra, they come inside the cervix or the vagina. Once it reaches here, then it reaches to the other part, and this is how basically the main female reproductive system help. So these are the female reproductive part, the pair of ovary, fallopian tube, cervix, vagina, urethra. Now we'll talk about each of them in detail. Now a pair of ovaries produce the female sex cell. That's how we have testes in case of male, which produce the male sex cell, that is sperm. Similarly, the ovary produces the female sex cell called ovum or ova. Okay, ovum or egg, you can say. Egg cell is also often used for female sex cell. So ovaries produce the ovum, and that is why they are very important. Now each side of the uterus. So when you have one ovary here and one you have ovary here, you have the right ovary and a left ovary. This also produces. It also produces the female hormone, that is estrogen and progesterone. Okay, so these are the hormones which control the characteristics of the female. For example, the elongation of breast and the absence of facial hair or not too much of hair in specifically in female when compared to male. And when we talk about the menstrual cycle, which it is also because of this hormone. Okay, these are controlled by these two hormones, and it also plays a very important role during the pregnancy. Now the next part is fallopian tube. They originate from the uterus, extending up to each ovary, and okay, they receive ovum from ovary. Its job to receive ovum from the ovary. An ovary will produce the eggs, and the job of this tube is to collect egg from the ovary, and then egg can be passed through the fallopian tubes. The job of this fallopian tube is to collect the eggs. And what happened to the egg? when it comes to the fallopian tube, we see it later. After this, there is a uterus. So it is a pear-shaped muscular hollow structure. It is a muscular structure. Wherever you have this muscular structure, the shape of the structure can be controlled, because the muscles can contract and expand, and that's how can create a more space when needed. And that's what happen in case of uterus. Now when female is not carrying a baby, that time her uterus is not get expanded more, because it is not required. But when female is pregnant, you would have seen that from outside it becomes very evident that she is carrying a baby, because the baby is quite big, so that much space needed in the uterus, and that is provided by the muscular structure of the uterus. The muscles contract and expand, making the space for the baby. Okay, and this is the place where the fetus develop. Okay, after that there is a cervix. It is like a gate to the uterus. Normally it does not remain. Whenever it is open, it's provide a lot of space between the it is very narrow. Okay, so you see that this vaginal opening is sufficient, but as you see in the cervix, this part is it is quite narrow, extremely narrow. It opens when it really needed. Okay, and then the last part is vagina, which is a tube-like structure. Sperm discharge occurs here, and it acts as a birth canal. Why birth canal? As I said, the baby remains here in the uterus. Now from here, the baby have to come out. So it has to pass through this entire vaginal space. So it allows baby to come out through this space. That is why it is called the birth canal. So these are the important part of the female reproductive system. Now we will see how exactly the eggs produce and then we will see how fertilization take place. Now let us see how are the female sex cell or ova produced. So as I said, the female sex cells are called ovum or ova. Now these are produced by the epithelial in ovary. So here also you see the sex cells are being produced by epithelial cells. In case of male, it is produced by the epithelial cells of tubules inside the testis, and here it is produced by the epithelial cells present inside in ovary. Now ovary gets mature, when puberty. So when a baby girl is born, the ovary is not mature. Therefore the egg cells are not released from the ovary. So only when the girl reaches the puberty, that is when her menstrual cycle start, that is the time that ovary get mature. And when the ovary is matured, then ova gets released. However, you will be surprised that ova, that is the eggs which are present inside the ovary, the formation of that ova starts in the female fetus itself before the baby girl has born. So when the baby girl is inside the mother's body, that time itself the formation of ova inside the ovary takes place. But after the girl is born, till the puberty take place, the ovary is not mature. So even though the ova is present inside the ovary, they are not released. Then the eggs start getting released out. When a girl is born at the time of birth, there are about 2 or 3 labs of image eggs which are already present inside the opening after attaining puberty. These eggs start getting mature more under the influence of hormones which are released from the pituitary gland. So what happen is, one matured ova, so inside the ovary you have almost 2 to 3 lakhs image yard when a baby girl is born. When the baby girl is born, that time only inside the ovary of that baby you have 2 to 3 lakhs immature eggs. But now they are not matured. They are not mature now till the girl agains puberty. Till the time they remain immature. But after that, after attaining puberty, these eggs starts getting mature, so they become mature. And now pituitary gland. And these hormones is secreted by the pituitary gland, which is present in our brain, and it is a master gland. It control all of the glands. It control the secretion of hormones throughout our body. So that's how these eggs start getting matured, and then what happen is one matured egg is released from the ovary every 28 days. So either from this opening or from this opening, either from this opening or from this opening, only in 1 month only one egg cell get released from either of the ovary. But if either the right ovary, or it will release the egg, or the left ovary will release the egg, and every month there will be one egg which will get released. So that is how the female sex cells are produced. Okay, so now we will talk the process of fertilization. I think by now you know how the female sex cell and how the male sex cell or gamete produced. Okay, I will discuss about the term fertilization in the next video. Okay, thank you class.